Hey everyone, yeah, it's been 2.5 weeks since my last video. That's no big deal. I don't know what you're talking about. In all seriousness though, I'm trying something new where I go over the new additions and features and whatnot of the latest Minecraft Snapshot. I don't know if I'll do this for updates besides 1.17. I'm really only doing this for when Axolotls release. Yeah, I'll just be going through really all the new and interesting features that have been added. So first of all, we have the bundles. I almost called them sacks, because I play Hypixel Skyblock. So I'm just gonna take a bunch of blocks from here, spread them around a bit, you know. So with the bundle, you go around and right click them all. I don't think, you're not able to hold down right click as you do it. And if you right click it in your hand, then the stuff comes out. It instead of like in Minecraft Live, it showed the actual blocks. Here it just shows the amount of which type of block. It just sort of lists them. I think this version is better. I think I prefer this kind. It's just easier to distinguish. But yeah, I won't go into all of their practicality, but bundles are something that we really could have used for a long time. Next up, we have candles. The candles galore. You can put 4 in the same block. You can put them on cakes. They're different colors. You can waterlog them, and they can float. So yeah, there are 16 color variations for the candle besides the default one. And you can light them with flint and steel. It's pretty much it. I mean, they're a cool addition, don't get me wrong, but they're very basic. Next up is a very small addition, again, like the candle. It's not, in the end, it's not going to do much. But you can now put lava in cauldrons. So, before now, we've only been able to put water in cauldrons, and now we can do it with lava. I don't have the redstone set up here. But, basically, you can actually use, if lava is in a cauldron, it will send out, a redstone signal of one, I don't know the term for it, one pulse? I don't know the correct term. But yeah, lava in cauldrons now. Next up, we have copper. Copper is one of the most anticipated things of the new update. It's got an ingot form. It's over by the beacon that I have set up, although unfortunately it does not power beacons. I expected it to, but it does not. And there are many different iterations of the copper blocks. So there's the normal ones that you can craft, and there's, I forget what they're called, but they're basically copper bricks, let's be honest. And yes, they do rust, and there is a way to preserve them. Like if you want to keep them mid-rust, you can craft them together with like honey, and then they become waxed copper, and then they will not change their I don't know what to call it, rust value. I don't know. It doesn't look like there's much that you can do with copper other than some crafting recipes. Hopefully, I mean, it has a lot of potential, so hopefully we see some more stuff done with it in the future, but for now, that's copper. And, this wasn't really, I mean, this sort of came out of nowhere, but, you can now ride minecarts underwater. They're a lot slower. Well, not a lot, but significantly slower. Next up is Amethyst, and although it doesn't have many uses, it sounds nice when you walk on it. I could just go around on this for 3 hours and wouldn't get bored. It's almost like hypnotizing in some way. Sorry about that. But, yeah, they spawn naturally in geodes. It's the only place you can find them. So if I go into this, and if we take a look underground, I mean, there's no proper way to locate them. But they're pretty noticeable. But I should find one eventually. Maybe. Just one. Is that? Oh, here we go. First try, first try, guys. But yeah, these look really cool. I mean, I have Fulbright on right now. But it looks like these little bud things or clusters or whatever they're called. They actually emit light. That's really cool. But yeah, if I destroy this, you can see this block is a different block than this one, because the only blocks that can grow the little buds are these ones that have like the thing that looks almost like a plus mark on them. But yeah, even here, like, I did not put these down. These generated on their own. And I didn't show you guys down there, but there are 2 new types of blocks that actually spawn surrounding the Amethyst geodes. It's like tuff and calcite. So that's pretty cool. I mean, it's basically a nicer looking version of diorite. Again, Amethyst, it has a lot of visual potential, but I mean, really the only incentive is like the Spyglass and the Tinted Glass, both of which I will get to in a little bit. Next up, we have the lightning rod. This is one of the things I was looking forward to the most in this update, after Axolotls, of course, and that is because it can actually attract lightning to itself. Now, I'm not just gonna turn the weather to thunder and wait for it to strike the what was it called? Wait, what was it called? Lightning rod. I had a brain fart for a second there. But yeah, you see I have this little piston contraption set up, and that is because if I summon lightning and it hits the lightning rod, it releases a redstone signal. I'll do that one more time for you guys. So yeah, that's gonna be utilized in a lot of really creative ways. Next up, another thing that I was really looking forward to, and I'm so happy about it. I'm so overjoyed with it that I have kept it in my hotbar this whole time. It's the Spyglass. It's optifine. It's bootleg optifine, except it's part of vanilla. It'll be vanilla now. It's optifine, but worse and in vanilla. But in all seriousness, this is actually really useful. Although it obstructs most of your vision, you can actually move it around without having the cinematic thing. Like, you know how when you use optifine, like, it takes a lot longer to, like, move your head around and stuff? That's called the cinematic view, I'm pretty sure. But it doesn't have that. You can move it around at the normal speed. So that is a positive. And yeah, it just lets you use discount optifine in maybe servers that don't allow any mods, or if your PC is even worse than mine to the point where it's impossible to install any mods, or if you're playing in a snapshot like I am right now. It just serves as an alternative for optifine. Now, finally, the last thing, well, actually, I'll show you guys one more thing, but the last like, really new and obvious feature that I'll show you is the Tinted Glass. Now, it is basically like glass, except it looks cool, and although you can still see through it, it completely blocks out light. I know it doesn't look like it right now, but if I bring my brightness down to moody, it's quite dark in here. And if I leave, that is completely dark. So yeah, there's probably some use for this in like mob farms and stuff. I don't know how much I'll be utilizing it, but there's also a nice visual aspect to it. So I'm sure it'll be used in a lot of builds. So that's gonna wrap it up for today's video. There's a few other features that I didn't cover, but they're not that interesting. I'm pretty sure you can like farm shulkers now, but I don't want to travel to the end for that. And also, yeah, I know that the Snapshot came out quite some time ago, even though, I mean, it's not been that long, but I'm just not on top of things as other creators are, and I'm sorry about that. But I guess you got my take on the new features. If you want to see videos like this for the future snapshots, especially the one that adds axolotls, make sure to let me know in the comments or by just leaving a like and subscribing. And there will be an Among Us video out within the next like 5 or so days. I don't want to time crunch, but it's not too hard to edit. I just have to stop